One of the issues that came up at the hearing this past week for the CIA nominee John Brennan, and we're talking with Hayes Brown from Think Progress, was not only the issue of these drone attacks and assassination attempts, but also the issue of waterboarding. Here is Senator Carl Levin asking the nominee Brennan about whether waterboarding is torture. Here's the clip from the hearing this past week.
Well, you've read opinions as to whether or not waterboarding is torture, and I'm just saying, you accept those opinions of the Attorney General. That's my question.
Well, Senator, I've read a lot of legal opinions. I read an Office of Legal Counsel opinion in the previous administration that said, in fact, waterboarding could be used. So from the standpoint of that, I cannot point to a single legal document on this issue. But as far as I'm concerned, waterboarding is something that never should have been employed, and as far as I'm concerned, never will be if I have anything to do with it.
Is waterboarding banned by the Geneva Conventions?
I believe the Attorney General also has said that it's contrary and in contravention of the Geneva Convention. Again, I am not a lawyer or a legal scholar to make a determination about what is in violation of an international convention.
Hayes Brown, without him being able to make a legal definition about whether it fits within the Geneva Convention, just his pledge, just Brennan's pledge that the administration, as far as he is concerned, will never be involved in waterboarding again. Is that enough?
I think it's, again, a great start. It really will depend on Brennan to put his money where his mouth is once he's confirmed, because there's no way his confirmation is getting stopped at this point. I will agree with him on the fact that it's very easy to twist these legal things. And John Yoo in the Bush administration was amazing at taking things that were on the books, actual laws, and turning them for the administration's purposes. So I agree with Brennan that you can get a lawyer to say basically anything about the laws on the books. But what matters is that he said, when asked directly, he personally believes that waterboarding is torture and should not be used by any administration.
Do you get the sense that the Obama administration perhaps thought it might be able to skate for a couple of years, and whether, obviously the waterboarding, trying to move away from that, but also the drone program, there really hasn't been much attention, there hasn't been much scrutiny, and I imagine that's to the administration's favor.
It is. It gives them a much freer hand, which is what every administration wants in the end run, a more free hand to run the foreign policy that they believe should be run. So they have been getting a bit of a pass. The problem now is that now that attention is being paid to the drone program, there's far too much reporting out there that focuses specifically on the drones and not the broader targeted killing program itself.
And tell us a little bit more about the broader targeted killing. I mean, to be fair, these are not just drone attacks. We will order F-16s or assassination squads to kill where we see fit, right? It's just not just the drone program involved in this.
Right, that is completely correct. When people hear about this, they just think about predator drones hovering overhead, shooting missiles of death. The fact is, like you said, it could take any number of forms. Now, the vast majority of this program deals with foreign nationals who are associated with Al-Qaeda, and there's the whole other problem of signature strikes, which we'll get into some other time, I'm sure. But the focus here is on the killing of Americans like al-Awlaki. And that's what this white paper really deals with and has really caused a stir for the administration. But the fact of the matter is, this program is not going to be going away anytime soon.
Well, Hayes, I think you're absolutely right. I think this is something that is going to be around now for a while, and thankfully, perhaps the media, a lot of our colleagues who have been asleep at the switch on this, starting to pay more attention and demanding more answers from the Obama administration. Hayes Brown from Think Progress, who covers these issues of national security. Hayes, thanks for being part of the program today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome.